Hello folks, in today's video we will talk about functions in JavaScript. So functions are a piece of reusable code that performs a specific task. So in this case we have two variables x and y and we are console logging the sum of x and y. Now we can do the same using functions. So in JavaScript there are three ways to write functions. So we will start by writing in the most simplest way, and that is we will write function, we will give a name, and here I will pass two arguments, and that is a and b, and I will simply console log a plus b. And we can call the function like this way, and here we have to pass two parameters. I can pass 3 and 5 or any two numbers, or I can also pass the variables x and y. So I get the result as 8, which is absolutely fine. Now the second way to write functions is called anonymous functions, and these are functions without any names. So these functions we can write in this format: function, previously we gave a name sum, in this case we won't give any name, we will give two arguments a and b, and we will console log a plus b. Now the issue is that because this functions doesn't have any name, it will throw an error, and it is saying that function statements require a function name at line number 14, which is asking for this anonymous function. So all anonymous functions need to be assigned to a variable. So let's name one variable as sum of two nums, and now we can, the error is gone, and we can invoke this variable, and we have to pass two parameters, and we will pass x and y. So now we are getting 8, which is good. Now the third way, and I will say the most important way to write a function in JavaScript, these are called arrow functions. And like anonymous functions, arrow functions also need to be assigned to a variable. So let's create a variable, let's name it mul of two nums, and I will create one arrow function which is created in this format. First of all, we will have to give two arguments in the parenthesis. So let's give a comma b, and then we will give an arrow, and here we will log the same thing, and that is our a into b. And in the same way we will call our arrow function, and we will give here 3 comma 5, and we get 15, and that is the multiplication of 3 and 5 is 15. Now in arrow functions, because these are in, we can also do it in one line, there is no need to write in 3 lines, so we can also do this in one line. So now as you can see we are getting 15. Now along with the console log a into b, let's also return this value, and then we have to do it in 2 lines, and in that case you cannot use one line, so you have to do it like this, and then also return this a into b. So now where is this a into b value is getting stored? It is getting stored in the mul of two nums. So if I log this mul of two nums, and here I give the parameters 3 comma 5, I get this value. So what happens is there are 3 15s, that is because when I'm invoking this function, it is also doing this console log once, so we can comment this out, and this time we will only get 115. So that is how we can also return this value, and the same thing can be done for for the normal sum and for the anon function also. So we can return here a plus b, and we can also basically call this function, and this is the same thing. There is no need to, you can also test it once, like doing something like this, log of sum of x comma y, and let's comment this on one first, and if I comment the other console logs, you will find only 18. Yeah, and that is coming from this part. Now what happens when instead of invoking this function inside the console log, we simply do console log of sum, what we get is we get this whole function over here, we get this whole function. And so similarly for the arrow function also, when we do mul of two nums and do not give any parameters or anything, we get this whole arrow function. And this is very important for another concept we will check right now, and that is called IIFE. Full form is immediately invoked function expressions. So what is this thing? So now we have our console log mul of two nums, and we are passing 3 and 5, which is giving me 15. So now let's do one thing, let's keep the console log over here, and let's do something like this. We have mul of two nums 3 comma 5, which is basically this one, which gives me 15. And now instead of mul of two nums, we have we already know what is this mul of two nums is, and that we can do by console log. which is this part. So now instead of mul of 2 nums, let me write this whole part over here. Let me simply copy this whole thing and give it over here. Now what do you think will happen? Let's simply run this thing, and we are getting 115. Let's remove all the other console logs for simplicity. So as you can see, this whole thing, this is giving the value of 15, and this is what is called this immediately invoke function expressions. So instead of writing the function, we have directly written all the contents of the function. So in place of a and b, we can also use one anonymous function over here, and it will give the same result. Okay, it is giving this error because anonymous functions do not have this arrow, and as you can see, it is 15. And we can also give any name to this function. Let's give function name, and it will also invoke and give the value of 15. So this is a very important JavaScript interview questions. What are immediately invoke function expressions? Some interviewer might ask, and you can give this answer to them. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.